OpenClaw just dropped a brand new free update and it just got a whole lot smarter. They said OpenClaw was done. They were wrong. Version the 1st of March 2026 just dropped and this update changes everything. Here's why you need to pay attention. OpenClaw is a free AI assistant that runs on your device, not in the cloud, not owned by some corporation. Of course, it talks to you through WhatsApp, Telegram, Discord, or Slack, wherever you already are. It works 24/7, even whilst you're asleep. And this new update just made it dramatically more powerful. So, for example, you can see that you now have OpenAI WebSocket Stream. You have Claude 4.6 adaptive thinking, better Docker support as well, Discord threads, all sorts of fixes, a bunch of agent-powered visual diffs plugin as well. You can actually see an example of what this plugin looks like. So this is a brand new plugin directly here, which is pretty cool for AI agents. Plus you got fixes across Discord, Telegram, and more, so your messages actually get through. And this isn't just a patch, this is OpenClaw leveling up in a massive way. And today we're testing it all together live for the first time to see how it is, whether it's great or bad. Let's get straight into it. So if you want to set up the update here, we can just go to this section and we can just click on update now. Now, if you don't see this, what you want to do for new updates inside OpenClaw is make sure inside your config file, go to all settings, scroll down, and then make sure you have auto updates set up, right? Auto updates. This enables this to automatically give you the notifications for new updates, right? So if we click on update now, that'll begin to update directly here and we can test this out. Now, in the meantime, whilst that's running in the background, it might take about 5 minutes. What we can actually do is we can check out the full changelog and the guide on exactly how it works, right? So you can see all the changes that have happened to OpenClaw on the 1st of March, like so. So these are all the new changes that have come inside. So for example, your agent thinking defaults, which is set to adaptive as a default thinking level for Anthropic, right? What that means is like it changes the reasoning depending on what's required, right? And it keeps other reasoning levels at low unless explicitly configured. Now, what does that mean? It means basically, I think it's optimized to reduce the amount of tokens it's using depending on the task you give it. So if you give it like a lower skilled task that doesn't require as much power, then it reduces the thinking level. It's more adaptive in the way that it works. Now, I'm coming back to OpenClaw here. I want to share my screen because it looks like it's just gone offline. You can see it's got the config invalid on the terminal here. Let me share my full screen. I'll show you exactly what I mean. So if we go to OpenClaw here, you can see it's disconnected from gateway and disconnected no reason, right? So just something to be wary of there is like sometimes it does just randomly break and you're like, why did that happen? Recently, it's been pretty good for fixing these sort of changes, but right now we're going to have to run the OpenClaw Doctor fix command, right? As you can see right here. So I'm just going to press Control and C inside the terminal. Then we're going to run OpenClaw Doctor fix, see if we can get this working. Otherwise, we might have to reboot and rerun the gateway. We'll see how this works. See how it says health offline and then disconnected over here. So let's refresh the page and I might set up a new terminal window in a sec just to get this running again, but I can see it running inside the terminal there. This is really good for you to see though. It's like nobody else is going to show you this on YouTube, but I'm just going to show you. If it breaks, it breaks. If it doesn't, we're all good. Biggie says, what's the link to the GitHub? Do you mean for the update? If it's the update, then you just go to the GitHub for OpenClaw, as you can see right here. And then you can check out the releases section and you'll see the new updates for stuff like this. This is totally given up, as you can see. And then it has restarted now. So let's see if this is working again. Nope. Let's try again. Now, if you get an issue like this, what we could do is just go to the onboarding to get it set up again, like this. So run that again, and then it will just reboot, as you can see. And then if you go to this section, you can see that we have now rebooted, right? So I'm just going to say, okay, what version are you using of OpenClaw? So you see how we fix that basically by just copying and pasting OpenClaw gateway port, right? So if you get this problem and you get the same problem as me, and you can see it's updated, but if you update and it stops working like it did for me, then what you want to do is just make sure that you Control and C inside terminal, stop it, then run this command for the gateway, it will just reboot, and then it seems to be good. So I show you this stuff all the time because sometimes it breaks, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's working perfectly, but it's super weird, as you can see here. It's just like this happens all the time. I'm used to it. That's why I can fix it so quickly. So let's run through what the other improvements are. I've actually broken it down inside this full guide. Now, with this new update, there's been over 80 changes added or fixed, right? With 76 contributors and 10 platforms updated as well. So let's talk about the first one, adaptive thinking, right? So the brain is improved inside OpenClaw. So AI has to decide how hard to think. Like if you ask it what's 2 plus 2, it's only going to use like 5% brain power, right? But if you ask it like plan my entire business strategy, it might use 95%. Before this update, OpenClaw would often just use low brain power by default, even for hard questions, right? Which would be like hiring Einstein to do your grocery shopping and making him work at like 10% effort. Now, for Claude 4.6, OpenClaw automatically uses adaptive thinking. It reads the question, judges the difficulty, and applies the right amount of effort automatically. No setup, no configuration, just works. So the other thing here as well is that Android has improved, right? So if you're on an Android device, your AI can now see your phone's cameras, listen, and use them intelligently. It knows which camera is front facing, which one is back facing, and it can pick the right one. It can also read, open, dismiss, or even reply to your notifications automatically. It can search your contacts, your calendar,